Greetings, Light Tribe. Janine Palmer here, Spirit Silver Moon for Divine Heretic Poetic Tales. I'm going to read a few poems from the book Divine Heretic, Wordsmith. This first poem is called, What is His Magic? She wondered what was his magic, and then she began to understand. His magic was that he made her feel beautiful, divine reflection from a man. He was able to see the depth of her soul. He saw beauty in her she didn't quite see. He reflected that beauty back to her, making her feel seen was the secret key. She returned to him a depth of love most people couldn't comprehend because she recognized soul connections, and through compassion she would bend. He treated her as if she were the only one he had eyes for. These things last as long as they are honored. Experiences through many doors. What you nurture will flourish. What you feed will grow. But if you become distracted or forget to nourish, you might diminish the glow. The magic comes from attention, through love by what we intend, and the love will always go to the recipient to which we send. His magic was a mirror which she reflected back. To nurture what you dearly love will keep you out of lack. Recognize the magic in yourself and someone else. Honor it and respect it, the space in which you dwell. The next poem is called Acting as Mirrors. Whether known or unknown, we act as mirrors which reflect emotional scars. When one or the other can recognize and acknowledge, then healing can now dissolve heavy bars. Sometimes things just need acknowledgement. Sometimes things just need to be seen. Sometimes we just need to cut the ties to the wounds connected to where we have been. Sometimes we just need forgiveness to forgive our very own selves, to stop hiding things against ourselves, to free ourselves from hell. When we hold no hostages, then we ourselves are free to flow with life experiences, to unfold, to evolve, and to be. The mirror you hold to another might cause them to act out unkind. The mirror another holds up to you might lead to healing you need to find. Sometimes things reflected to us, which might put us in a defensive stance, are simply reflecting parts in need of healing if we will only take a glance. To ask, what is this trying to show me? What triggers any wound hidden or old? Things long buried crying for release, waiting for the warrior so bold. Okay, you have the strength to heal yourself. You have the strength to release, to shed old skins and peel away shells for your uplifting and your relief. Okay, I'm going to read one more. This one's called Naked Heart. She lay there wounded but not helpless, an experiencer of this thing called life, with cuts and scars like everyone else from different blades and knives, surviving various battles, but the ones through love's disguise were the trickiest and most challenging. She never fully understood why. A mysterious being of a deep love, who loves to give but also needs to receive, impaled because life said no through loss and gains achieved. There she lay yet again with a sword plunged into her naked heart. The heart she bared through a lie called trust was met with spears and swords and darts. It felt as if his sword had landed in her heart, which she laid bare. How could he be the one to pierce it, to rip to shred to tear. It seems some men have no idea of the value of the love some women hold, as they throw it away to some corner, just another story to be told. Love on earth is a fickle thing, too often dishonored and disrespected, too often due to so much illusion it feels as if we've been rejected. She gripped the handle of the sword. She gripped it with both hands. She pulled it from her sacred heart because he who wielded it was not a man. No more time had she for wounded boys, no more feigned love upon this plain, giving the truth of love a bad name, nothing but illusion's bloody stain. She placed the blade into the fire to purify it there, and the smoke cleared any and all remnants of any unpleasantness from her lair. Upon this earthly path now, alone she walked with angels unseen. As for sleeping prisoners casting swords, with them no longer would she be seen. No longer would she share her love here with ignorance wearing pants, pounding their chest, proclaiming false love, then flinging ego's lance. Playing games for pride's sake, playing victims left and right, throwing her down and standing on her through obscured and clouded sight. She would find her true love elsewhere, not upon this lower plane, not an earthly man who wouldn't communicate, treating her like she was insane. In the path of hurled projections, the trick is not to let them stick like little flecks of dust on your collar. Just give them a little flick. To all the women of deep beauty, which so many men really cannot see, they can't see past the wounds of illusion, to their other half, not free. And that's it for these ones. Peace.